It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring the
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions, shall we? Because fuck, it's been a long weekend, man. I got a lot of miles behind me, a lot of beers behind me, just a lot behind me. So we all need a good landmark and some simple directions, right? Right. We're just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, but god damn it, he's got mouths to feed. Slip him what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street minding your own goddamn business, oh my god, this cool breeze hits you, the chills you right to your skeletal core, and you find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is this special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday in the Silver and Black universe, and as it should be, it's time for the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes with yours truly about everything Silver and Black. I hope you stay the whole 60, because I got a juicy one for you tonight, and I think you're gonna want to stick around for the WTF at the end. So I hope you got the duration to stay with me all the way through. But we got a lot to talk about, man. I was on the road on week 1 in Charlotte. One of the few that made the trek went to a game that you couldn't attend. Call me. Does that make me diehard or insane? Probably a little of both. But diehard, insane, insanely diehard, whatever it may be. Well, one of those, or like I said, a little bit in between. But we've got to talk about week 1 first. And anybody that's ever watched the Raider Nation Report, or pretty much any of my webcast, podcasts, stupid shows, whatever the fuck you call this, if you've ever watched them before, you've heard my theory of a season. And I honestly think it's more than a theory. I think there's more to it than that. A season, an NFL season, only comes down to basically one story. Every season comes down to one story. There's one America's Game made. There's one NFL film special. There's only one team that you remember from any given season. That season, somehow, as it goes through from its entirety, from the beginning inceptions of preseason all the way till the Lombardi Trophy is raised, a story is written, and it's for one team, one champion. And yeah, it's the 85 Bears. You don't remember anybody else from that season but the Bears. You name these teams, the Dolphins that went undefeated. There's just these certain teams in seasons in NFL lore that you remember and become historic. The story. Every season has a story. Well, we know what last year's season story was, don't we? Oh, God, we don't even want to fucking go into it. I'm not going to sit here and fucking stroke my homeless, okay? We know what last season's story was, and it was all about the Queefs. It was all about the Queefs. We got a long show, everybody. Sit back. 60 minutes, baby. We got a long show. It was all about the Queefs. It was all about the Queefs. I will tell you the truth, Carlos. I already know, but I'm going to make you stick around. That's a teaser, baby. It's all about the Queefs. That's the story last year. So, What's the story of 2020 going to be? Well, it's already going to start out fucked up. You can see the beginning of NFL films. You can hear the music. You can hear the narrator. You know it's going to be some crazy shit because it's 2020. There's probably going to be black and white and fucking vampires and zombies walking around with half their face eaten off. And that's going to be the trailer coming into it. That's the NFL season. Guys are masked. It's this crazy, wild bastard of a season. But it's going to be played. You know why it's going to be played? Because you just seen this weekend. They showed you why it's going to be played. They're going to play this motherfucker. I seen after this weekend, I 100% believe this bitch goes to the end. They're going to play this season. Hell or high water. Unless there's a major fucking catastrophe and they start eating each other out there. They're going to... Telling you. So you can see the story. So this weird story of 2020 is already starting to be written. There's no preseason. All of the teams come in basically with just some practice and we're like, all right, let's play. So you're already coming in this weird bastard of a season and somebody's going to win this son of a bitch. And doesn't it just almost seem fitting? Can't you see the beginning of the NFL films for the 2020 season that's going to culminate with the champion at the end of it? You can see the beginning. It's black and white. It's talking about the pandemic, the coronavirus, everything that's going on in the world. There was the fact that what they had to do with the draft. How the off season they couldn't bring anybody in. Bam, bam, bam. Now it all gets down and it boils down. And then this team comes in. This team that had looked for a home for so long. They'd longed for this place to call their own. One of the most storied franchises in the NFL had been nomadic, bouncing around. Several different zip codes, won championships in 2, had now moved to its 3rd, was finally getting the home that it had so deserved and so longed for. And the first season they were going to be in their new home was taken from them. So they're forced to play the season with no fans. Wouldn't it be just the most Raider fucking season? To, under these conditions, our new stadium, no fans allowed, the odds completely stacked against us again. The world, the league, everything aligned against us. We're playing our arch nemesis with fans in the fucking stands that are all theirs. Everything is now aligned against us. You already see what happened in week 1. We're coming into week 2. Michael Thomas has already disappeared. Their number 1 weapon. The story is starting to write itself. At the end of the 2020 story, the end of that NFL films, why can't it be the Las Vegas Raiders standing there hosting the Lombardi Trophy? Why can't it be the silver and black as the champions of your 2020 season? The story is being written right now as we're all watching it. It's been a screwy, fucked up season. The NFL films for this, the America's Game, the hour-long special that they're gonna make out of this with fucking Morgan Freeman narrating it, or fucking Tom Hanks, or I don't even know if I want Tom Hanks narrating shit anymore. But, whoa, that's a whole nother story. We get back on the road. Can't you just see it? I can see the story starting to write itself. All the storylines, the Derek Carr storyline. Oh, everybody questioned him at the end of the 2019 season. All of the Marcus Mariota talk, blah, 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 blah. And he goes into week 1, and guess what? That shit's done. Nobody's talking about that anymore. This is Carr's team to win or lose in 2020. And at the end, if he's standing there, all doubters, quiet, it's Gruden's return to the Raiders to bring them back to greatness. Mark Davis, the son of a Maverick, who got the stadium built. Could he bring could he resurrect the greatness of the Raiders? Can't you just see how badass the story of 2020 can be? And to the people that doubt, and there's a lot to pick apart about this game, and I've got 45 fucking more minutes to do it. positives and negatives. But can't you see the story being written? It could be a silver and black story in 2020. 150%. Just look at the first quarter of this season. I'll make the argument for you with the first quarter of a season. This is an incredibly young team that you have now dumped pieces on offense and defense of all of the holes that you had in the past season. And that you saw some resolve in that game. You saw some resolve. And they got the W. Week 2, Saints, Monday Night Football. I saw somebody say, we don't play well in prime time. History is history because sometimes it repeats itself. And if I have to remind you, the last time we played the Saints was on Monday Night Football. Same guy under center. And this young kid named Derek Carr won in a shootout in opening day. On what, ladies and gentlemen? Monday Night Football. We don't win in prime time. The Raiders are one of the most winningest teams historically in prime time. Lately we haven't got it done, but fuck lately. This is a young team that doesn't remember lately. And that's the beauty of youth. It's ignorance. And sometimes ignorance is bliss. Because that shit, you can leave that. That's not your baggage, baby. That ain't your baggage. That's Oakland baggage. That's LA baggage. That's old baggage. This is the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a new dawn. This team is so young. You've taken down the Panthers. You've lined it up now that you have a damn good chance to stand toe-to-toe with the Saints and trade blows. And then what? Away to the Patriots? I'm not scared. Now listen, Cam Newton looked good, coming in looking like Yogi the fucking Bear, or whatever the hell that was. I don't even know what that was. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know. It looked like a fucking Easter peep or something. I'm not afraid of that. Just because I've seen him beat them? Nah. Come on now. And then you got the Bills. These are at home. These are winnable teams, man. These guys ain't putting any asses in the stands. There's no fans. You don't have to worry about this crazy home field advantage. And I just got a feeling, man, that there's going to be something a little special for this team. Even when they play at home, even if there isn't no fans there. I just got a feeling that there's going to be something special for this season for this team. I like the stand that Mark Davis made that if there can't be any fans, there will be no fans. I like that stand. A lot of people ponied up a lot of money to have their asses there for season 1 in Las Vegas, and I don't think anybody should be slighted over anybody else, and I kind of think that's the way that he went as well, and I see no problem with that. I really don't. I think some of these other owners, like the fucking Queefs, who obviously you can tell don't give two fucks about their fan base, and their fan base, by booing their fucking players the other night, shows they don't give two fucks about their fans. They're a shitty fan base, and they always fucking have been. And, you know, they got a championship. That's great, and we all have to fucking watch everybody stroke Mahomes this year, but they are what they are. They're a shitty fan base, and they can fucking eat a dick. And their ownership can as well. And that's all a fucking money grab and a money move by ownership, and screw that. I like the move by Mark Davis. I think it was a class move. And of course, people are going to shit on him because everybody wants to be at the game. Hey, I want to be at the fucking game too. I want to be there too. But do I think the guy next to me shouldn't be there? Or should be there more than me? Or I should be there and he can't be there? No. I don't think that. I like that. I like that solidarity. If my brother in that seat next to me can't fucking be there, then fuck it. I ain't gonna be there either. None of us will be there. And we'll fucking see you in 2020. Now let me write the story for you. I led you down a path to get you here. Now let me close the story for you. I've laid how the opening of this NFL Films, this America's Game is going to go. I've laid it all out for you. You've seen the intro. You've seen the body. But now they put the twist in it, because every good movie and every good director and producer, man, you got to put this twist, this narrative that plays alongside everything else that's going on. One word. It's going to flash in silver and black at the beginning of this NFL Films. It's going to be 2020, and then one word is going to flash. Tampa. What does that mean? Tampa. A legacy started and a link to Tampa years and years ago. It was the day that emblazed me, and I was born as a diehard Raider fan. January 22nd, 1984. Tampa, Florida. Do you know what day that was? Of course you do. You know what day that was? It was the last day the Raiders hoisted the silver, the cup, the trophy, the Lombardi trophy. It was the last time we were recognized as champions of the National Football League. January 22nd, 1984. Tampa, Florida. Our next trip. Tampa. Our trophy was taken from us in a weird twist of fate, in several bastard seasons. The fucking slamming of Gannon by Saragusa, separating his fucking shoulder, the fucking tuck rule, the fucking getting our coach traded away, the whole the trophy, the lost Lombardi. Where's it live? Tampa. Where's the Super Bowl take place? In 2020. Where we last hoisted a Lombardi trophy. Where we lost the last Lombardi trophy and it's homed. Where we come back to claim the Lombardi trophy once again. Tampa. This year, 2021, at the end of the 2020 season, the Super Bowl is in Tampa, Florida, once again. And man, what a badass NFL film story that'll fucking make. I'm telling you, I can see the story writing itself. Man, I will always want to thank our sponsors, RaiderNationStore.net. Man, go get some silver and black gear from, the patches, the flags, face shields, all kinds of shit, man. Check out the gear from Ralph, RaiderNationStore.net, and check out ModoSports.com, MODO/sports.com. That is the official sports apparel company of the Violator, Raider Nation OG, Hall of Fame, Superfan, big fuck spikes on the shoulder pads. You know who the Violator is? I gotta tell you. Modo/sports.com is official sponsor of Raider Reaction. They both kick in stuff for the Reaction Shop raffles that go down the first Thursday of every month. And if you want to be an official supporter like Canyon Stone, Keith, and all the cool kids in the audience there, Canyon, Missouri's #1 male stripper. If you haven't seen him, he is the Show Me Raider. He will show it to you. Just dollars, baby. Just gotta slip in the dollars. Now, oh, I can't believe I did you like that, kid. But if you want to be a supporter, you got to. It's very easy. Just go to RaiderReaction.com/supporters, and it has all the info right there. Or you can go to the top of the Facebook page and click that blue Become a Supporter button, and it will take you right to what you need to do. At the website, you can find out all the perks, but the #1 thing is it puts your ball in the hopper for every single prize we give away at the Reaction Shop raffles on the first Thursday of every month. And you guys, from the last raffle, if you haven't got your stuff yet, don't worry. Everything is going out sporadically this week. Y'all know I was on the road this weekend, so that delayed things a little bit. So, the helicopter show. That's special. That's VIP. You got to slip the big bills for the helicopter show. It's $5 or up for that. That's got to be big bills, baby. Big bills. And of course, if you love the content here that you can get on the show, real, raw, and uncensored, we've provided a forum for you to do the same thing. A group, an actual group on Facebook, an actual Raider group on Facebook, where you can go and speak your mind without admins crawling up your ass, muting you, telling you can't say this or do this or that or the other about your own goddamn team, which I just think is fucking absurd. You pay all your hard-earned money to buy gear, to go to teams, to travel, to stay in dump hotels, to do all kinds of shit that you wouldn't normally do to support your team, but you can't type something about them without some motherfucker that's sitting at home, probably ain't got a job in his mom's basement, gonna mute my ass for 3 days? Motherfucker. Crawl through a phone and choke your bitch ass. So, this is not a group like that. No. It's real, it's raw, it's uncensored. You're allowed to speak your mind. It's the Raider Reaction Empire. Come to the dark side. We've been expecting you. It's the little corner of Raider Nation that you need to belong to, that you can express your dark side without being looked down upon. You can say fuck. And it's a garnish there. It's not a bad thing. It's garnish. Parsley. Verbal parsley. But become a supporter, man. Become a supporter. If you like what we do, the stream, we had the game stream, went all the way through this weekend. James Raider was fucking holding it down like a fucking beast. Had the game stream up all game, broke it at half, had it back up. Solid HD, so hundreds of Raider fans were able to bounce in and out and watch the game if you weren't able to watch it any other way. It was a great weekend as well. If you didn't happen to catch any of the coverage, myself, my family, Commish Jr., we took the road trip to Charlotte. We were there for week 1. We went and defiled the stadium the night before, the morning of. Went and ransacked a freaking sports bar right next to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, right next to the stadium, and we're the only Raiders fan there. So it was fun. Missed it by that much, you stupid fucking cats. That much, fuckers. As I stood in the middle of their bar. Fuck you. And then exit stage right. Get the fuck out. I know when it's time to leave. I'll say what I gotta say, but I know when the getting's good, too. So, if you didn't happen to catch any of that, tomorrow morning on the Raider Reaction Morning Show, we've got to put it together a very, very special Raider Reaction Morning Show. All the way from when Raider Reaction arrived on the scene in Charlotte. Basically, we got the relive of week 1, including the total replay of the game, all the plays. You get Big L's halftime show, my post-game reaction, the pre-game show, all the shit about at the stadium, beforehand, all of that. So we've got a very, very, very special show tomorrow morning, Raider Reaction Morning Show. We'll be running that bitch in a fucking loop and watch parties on the pitch all day long. So if you don't catch it first thing in the morning, it will be live and premiere at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you don't happen to catch it, it's about every hour on the hour all day long, the bitch is going to be running on a loop. So you will get a chance to relive the week 1 glory, the entire game, our pregame, halftime, postgame show, clipped right in it in one fucking masterful silver and black awesomeness for your hump day to relive week 1. So check that shit out in the morning. That will be that'll get y'all excited. You goddamn right. All right. Let's get to this game, man. There was a game. What a game. There was a game. Big days on offense, man. Big days on offense. Where do you got to start? I mean, where else can you start but JJ? I mean, I had to rock kid's jersey tonight, man. I mean, balled out. He was the only guy that balled out on my fucking fantasy team, the Silver and Black Attack, as we fucking played a big egg in the hardcore challenge. But JJ balled out for me. I traded up to get him with the #1 overall pick last year in our Dynasty League. So He balled out. His first hat trick. Fucking amazing game for Josh Jacobs. Great game. Overall, 93 yards on the ground, 46 in the air with 4 catches. Averaged 11.5 through the air receiving, 3.7 on the ground. Just a solid day, man. I wish they would have just pounded him a little more so I could have got that 100-yard game out of him. That's bonus points, baby, in my league. I could have used those, even though I lost by more than that. Doesn't matter anyway. Those are coming around soon, Mike. I got my order in as well. Those are popping up here soon. Other big players, Devontae Booker, man. I was impressed with Booker. He came in, he got 4, carried the ball 4 times, 29 yards, 7.2 average. Solid performance by Booker. I thought he spelled Jacobs well, and there really wasn't a drop off. But why? You asked, there was a drop off? Well, you had these fucking road graders in front of you that were clearing fucking road, man. Richie Incognito and Rodney Hudson were clearing holes for Josh Jacobs that, I could have ran through. And, that it takes a hell of a hole for me to run through that motherfucker. This offensive line. And you were missing Trent Brown. You were missing Trent. And still, Denzel good. I talked about him in the offseason. That's why I said we were going to go deep at the offensive line. That was one of those I got right. I'll pat myself on the back. We went very deep, and I thought we were going to go deep because I thought offensive line, with the way this offense was set up and keen on run and really feeding Josh Jacobs, that you wanted to have an offensive line and lots of guys. Your line gets banged up when you're run blocking, okay? They get banged up when you're run blocking because you're moving. And you need to have moving parts. So, these guys, that's the reason you had no drop-off. You had Devontae Booker with a 7.2 average. That's solid, man. That's solid. And they looked good. The running backs as a whole looked good. Now, don't be getting crazy there, Brian Sweet. Don't be getting crazy now. Talking about trading Brown. Now, Brown's going to be back this week. The reports are that he is probably going to be a go for this week. Reports are good already that he's basically got the green light and he's on the path to be a go for this week. So he'll be back. That just means Denzel Good's waiting there to step in at guard like he had to last. Do whatever he has to do, man. That guy's like a Swiss Army knife on the offensive line, and I am so glad of. But it was a quick call on him, and, they were doing well, and there was no pressure. See, here's the thing. I think there may have been a possibility that maybe Brown could have came back in. Who knows? Maybe he could have played. They didn't ever have to push him. They were in no trouble at all at any time in that game with getting pressure on the quarterback. That offensive line kept clean all game. So, there was really no worry. So, they probably made the smart move. If you're worried that it could possibly be something serious, shelve the guy. Jesus Christ, it's only week 1. And then, see what the deal is. Get him back in there for week 2. We'll see. That he's too good. His upside is too good if he's healthy. He hasn't hurt. He's not hurt. It's a boo-boo, I guess. Nothing major. It's an owie, not an injury. That's what my high school coach used to say. Is that an owie or an injury? The fucking owie. Fuck you. All right. Ruggs the third. As billed, man. The kid's fast. A little better pass on that opening play, and I think you may have a touch on that. I don't know what was up with that pass. That thing did a woo. It was like a bottle rocket. It was deep. Yeah, deep, but it took off on. It started off on a nice trajectory, and it's like it caught a little gust of wind or something, and it's like a fucking bottle rocket. Woo! It had this unfortunate hoop in its flight pattern that caused it to go a little high and added a little extra hang time on that pass. I think that was the only thing that stopped that, because depth-wise, Carr had the arm on it. He had the arm on it. I almost wonder if it was just a little bit of a little bit of an air woofed or something that caught that ball, because I watched the replay of it. several times, and the trajectory in the start of it, and then it just takes this weird. This is what it is. But they took some shots. They as a whole, the third got 3 receptions, 55 yards, 18.3 average. He's fast, man. As build. This kid is as build, that's for sure. Scared me to fucking death when they showed me the replay of his fucking ankle getting turned on and his foot getting turned and he left. And yeah, you're right. Raider Chris is right. And solid point there. Fucking gold star comment. He played the best out of Judy and Lamb. You know, Judy, little fucking got the stone hands over there in fucking Donkeyville, and he's so good now. It looks like good. I don't know. Love watching a donkey choke job to close out my week. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Sweeter than you. All right, Darren Waller, 6 receptions, 45 yards, 7.5, and you've seen why they wanted Witten around. What did they try to do? They tried to slide that old fucker in there on the goal line and slip him a touchdown. They tried to get him one. They tried. They got him there to mentor Waller, and he's going to slip in there. They're going to slide him in on 2 tight end sets in the end zone because that's a solid set of hands. Solid set of hands. That's right. Raider Chris, everybody fine? Every blind squirrel finds a nut.
Okay, boss.
Big days on defense. Jonathan Abram. It's like that. That long lost love. I'm so glad to see you back. Lighting motherfuckers up on the other side of the ball. Love it. Oh man, what do you have? Like 13 tackles? Jesus Christ, he had an amazing stat line. 9 tackles, 4 assists. The dude was all over the place, and it was great. The defense, good game. We'll get inside a little bit, but there was solid play on the defensive side of the ball. Still a long way to go on both sides of the ball. But Jonathan Abram, my God, I was there last year at the home opener, and the one thing I walked away from, me and my son were talking about as we were walking back to the hotel room after that fucking amazing opening season win, the last one in Oakland. And the one thing that we were talking about was Jonathan Abram. Like, oh my God, Jonathan Abram just hits with such violence. He's like a throwback to the 70s and the 80s. The guys that I grew up loving, like guys that just wanted to rip your fucking face off, man. He just went out there and lit motherfuckers up. Well, unfortunately, he lit motherfuckers up so much that game, he fucking lit himself up and shoved himself for the entire season. But to see him back out there again this last week, doing it again, man, that was great. Now, the other safety play, Harris, didn't play the best, man. After getting that C on his chest, I was kind of hoping I was going to see a little better play out of him. I wasn't impressed the first game. Watching the coach's tape, same thing with LaMarcus Joyner. These safety play was a little suspect on the defense, other than the play of Jonathan Abram. Trayvon Mullen played great. I thought Mullen played well. He made some really big plays. He gave up a few, but he made more than he gave up. So I thought Mullen had a good game. Damon Arnett gave up a perfect passer rating for his debut, and I saw somebody was making the comment and was arguing fucking hard for it. And I see these comments, man, and you have no idea how many of these comments I see in our group and on the page. And I'm like a cat with one of them fucking lasers, and every now and then one will catch me, and I gotta say something. And this one almost fucking got me, but I seen he was arguing his point hard, and I just sat back and I'm like, damn, you're just so wrong. But he's was arguing the point that I saw him back down a pass, so he didn't give up. He didn't give up a perfect passer rating. A perfect passer rating does not require you to not throw no incompletions. It's a rating. It's all of the stuff combined together to spit out a number. Just because he batted down one ball doesn't swing all the other shit that happened. So, yes, he gave up a perfect passer rating on his opening day and not Not the debut one you see from David Arnett. He's still playing in a club, and he did have some nice tackles. Needs to wrap up a little bit. It was his NFL debut. I expect better out of him in the very, very near future. So I'm not concerned about that. Here's my biggest take. Littleton was good as well. There was a big drop off when Nick came out. Although it's not a pectoral tear, the timeline on Nick is short. He should be back. Nick Huakowski. He's calling the plays out there, man. He's our quarterback on that side of the ball. We need that guy back, man. There was a drop off when he left. I think there was like a 3-yard difference in average per play of given up or something like that when he left the game from what was given up before that. But here's my biggest 2 takeaways on both sides of the ball, because at one point in this game, you had this game really at hand. You really had this game at hand at one point in this game, and you should have been able to finish this game. And what happened is something that can't happen on either side of the ball, really, if you're going to take that step to the next echelon, to become that playoff team, to become that team you want to be. There's 2 things that you can't allow to happen. Now, at the point that you gain a 2-score lead in the second half of an NFL football game, and you hand the ball to your defense can now not allow this insane clock. Was it like a 17-play drive or something crazy that they went on and ate up this fucking crazy amount of clock and just walked the defense down the field after your offense hands you the ball as a defensive side of the unit, as the defensive side of the team. Your offense has now given you everything you could possibly want as a defense in the National Football League. A 2-score lead. This allows you to blitz. This allows you to do some things you wouldn't normally do at other times of the game to put your opposing offense in bad fucking situations that you should be able to pin your ears back a little bit. You should be able to do things. You can't allow yourself to be walked down the fucking aisle all the way for a touchdown. And then when that happens and your offense sees, fuck, okay, we still got a lead. Our defense is gassed. They were just out there for an hour and a fucking half on this drive getting walked. We need to keep them on the sideline. You can't go out there and have a quick drive like that and then punt the ball back to them. And you, as an offense, because everybody wants to blame the defense for the fucking situations the offense is in. The offense puts the defense in bad situations too. Your defense was fucking gassed. Completely gassed. As an offense, you know that you have to go out there and now do everything in your power not to put your defense immediately back on the field. Their offense is hot. They're on fire. They're clicking. They just walked our defense. They're over there gassing. They're sucking on fucking oxygen. It's the first game of the fucking year. Everybody's looking for the fucking water boy. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, we gotta go back? What? We gotta go back? Seriously? On the field again? And what happens? It starts to unravel. And this is the difference between good teams and great teams. At that time in the game, great teams get that stop right there on defense and give the ball back to their offense, and they get another score and the game's over. Or good teams, if they saw their defense faltered, well, the offense comes back out, scores another score, goes back up by 2 scores again, and then maybe the defense gets the stops the next time, game over. Well, somewhere along there, when you've got that 2-score lead, you have to now switch the mentality. You've got to be that fucking killer when you're in the close of games. You've got to fucking be generic, I guess. Not even to be generic. I think that's a bad term. The Mamba mentality. To coin honor Kobe Bryant. The Mamba mentality. Big fan of his car. He's wearing the sleeve this year. That's the kind of mentality you kind of have to have. You just have to go in for the kill. You've got to be able to see the blood in the water. That's the difference from being a good team and being a great team, is being able to take it to that next level and being able to see the blood in the water and knowing this is when we fucking set the hook. This is when we drive the dagger. This is when we fucking slit the throat. This is when it's over. This is when we put the game to bed. Because right there, now this is why, bless her, my wife, she's been with me. We're going to have our 20th wedding anniversary next year. So she's seen a lot of Raider football. I've never missed a Raider game in the entire time that we've been together. I've watched everyone live in one way, shape, or form. She left me in that bar in Charlotte. She left me, Raider Nation. Left me sitting there with Commish Jr. Left me. Because she felt it starting to happen. She's been there far too many times. She's like, oh my God, I don't want to be here if it happens. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, we're gonna go. I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you going? She had the feeling, and I got it a little bit. I got that oh shit, little sinking butterfly feeling too. I've been here before. I've seen this fucking movie. I don't like how this ends. I got a little of that too. But then, they made the stand. And that's the sign of a team that's starting to turn that corner and you're starting to see growth. Because they bowed up and they stopped them when they needed to stop them. Now, also the sign of a team that doesn't know their fucking ass from their elbow. Like, you had Christian McCaffrey was fucking, beating us. Beating us like a motherfucking drum. Like a cheap fucking gong. He's fucking dong, dong. He's beating us all day long, man. And the biggest play of the game on the ground, you need to get fucking this much and you fucking give it to your fullback? You try some goofy gadget play? Dude, that's what gets motherfuckers the L in Madden. You can't do that. You can't do that. So that was stupid. I think they outthought themselves possibly out of a win there. McCaffrey probably gets that first down, has a good possibility, has a much better than that shit. As soon as I saw that they weren't handing it to McCaffrey, I was like, what? And what? It was over. What a stop. Clearly Farrell was in there. Raekwon was in there. Just a great stop, man. Great stop. Abram was in there. That's that play. That's that play. There's these plays. There's these turning points in seasons. It's all part of the story, man. It's all part of the story. See how we're coming full circle here? It's all part of the story. All part of the story. Big game, man. Defense has to help the offense, but the offense has to help the defense. Goes hand in hand, like unity, like ebony and ivory. Come on, sing it with me. Where's Big L? Sing it, Big L. Oh, I'm gonna get him on the phone so he can sing the other chorus. All right, moving along. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, you should fucking do so. Everybody loves a good Twitter. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, you need to do that as well. If you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, Raider Reaction Webcast, you need to do that too. Click that bell or whatever the dumb shit you do over there. And join the official group of Raider Reaction, the Raider Reaction Empire. Come to the dark side. It's real, it's raw, it's unsensitive. It's uncensored. It's insensitive too. Insensitive, uncensored, insensitive, all that shit. All of it. The whole list. Damn straight. Fucking clown show here. God damn, what kind of clown show are you running? Come on. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, boss.
Good Lord. and become an official supporter of Raider Reaction. We have an official raffle every month on the first Thursday. We just our sponsors, RaiderNationStore.net, Motosports.com. Everybody, we got a whole bunch of stuff to give away. A whole bunch of stuff. But you got to be an official supporter to have your ball in the hopper, to be here on that first Thursday and get a chance to win stuff. We're still sprinkling out the stuff from our winners from the last one, which was a week or so ago. Still trying to get addresses from some of you guys. But I got a bunch of them. They're going out tomorrow, and we'll be sprinkling them out the rest of the week. So don't worry. Everybody knows you always get your stuff. But I'm a one-man show here, and y'all know I was on the road this weekend. So cut brother some slack. You get your stuff. Don't be sending nobody after me. Don't be kneecapping me or nothing. I got kids, man. I got kids. Shit. Still make them up, man. All right. Moving on.
All I have in this world is my thoughts and my words, and I don't break them for no one. You understand?
Listen to the man. Break it down this week. Michael Thomas is out. That's the big thing. It's the big thing. So far, news-wise, Michael Thomas, one of the possibly top wide receivers in the league. Fucking everybody's been stroking him since last year. He's out. High ankle sprain. A couple weeks. He's gonna be out. Actually, Walter, my brother, I am not 100% sure. I think one of my Raider brothers sent me this. Actually, I did not purchase this, if I remember correctly. Raider Lions hooked me up with this, if I remember correctly, because he's fucking cool like that. Cool like that. Cool like that. Oh, I might be able to pull some shit off. Let's see. So, Saints breakdown. I think this game got very intriguing with the loss of Michael Thomas. I thought this was going to be a close game to begin with. I actually had this game picked as our first loss of the season. Unfortunately, I sucks. I hate it too. But, I didn't pick us as 16-0. I'm real fucking listic. But I'm kind of turning on that. And I had us at 3-1 out of the gate. Could we be 4-0? I can make an argument, a strong argument, for how the Raiders can beat the Saints this week. A very strong argument. I think this is going to be a very close game. I think this is going to be a game somewhat like you've seen in Carolina. I think you're going to see a little bit of a shootout. I think your tipper in this game is this guy right here. I think he's the tipper in this game. If Josh Jacobs goes out there, if this offensive line can move this Saints D like they moved that Panthers D and create holes and gashes, I think maybe. Possibly. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game. It's a Monday night. It's a historic game. It's the first game in Allegiant Stadium. It's the first game in Vegas. It is still, I'm telling you. I think you're going to see this team. There's something special. I still think there's going to be something special about this season. I really do. For this team. Even you can just see it on their faces when they first let them walk in there. I think there's something about this team. So. Man, I'm getting long. I'm getting windy. How much time do I got left? I know it started a couple minutes late, so all right. I got a few minutes left because we gotta hit some at the end here.
What?
I know. It's inevitable. It's the end of the show. And we gotta close it out. It's a little segment that I like to call the WTF. Now, I told you to stick around for it. I got a WTF for you. Now, I might catch a little flack. I might catch a little something. I don't know. No, I'm just laying it out. I don't Don't get me wrong. Don't want to piss on a victory. Never dog a victory whatsoever. A win is a win. A win is not an easy thing to get in the National Football League whatsoever. A win is a difficult thing. There's only 16 games a year. There's going to be 17 here soon. There's only 16 games right now. And man, they are not easy to come by. Okay? As Raider fans, we know that. So don't let me diss a win. A win is a beautiful thing. You almost let it got away, but you fucking bowed up and brought that bitch home. But I cannot sit back and see these memes and these posts and these graphics put up and another notch in the belt for the comeback kid. There's another comeback, another one of them patented fourth quarter comebacks from Derek Carr. Leads the NFL over this time in comebacks. Dude, I'm sorry. I cannot call this win. This win to me does not fall in the classification of a comeback victory. When you have a 2-score lead in the second half of an NFL football game and you lose it and have to make it a fucking fire drill at the end, that's not a comeback. That's a game you almost pissed away. That's not a comeback. I'm just saying. That's not a comeback. I don't count that as a comeback. When your teams had it just doesn't fit the scenario. If your team's down and you rally them in the fourth quarter and you bring them, yes, that's a comeback. When you had the game at hand and then kind of pissed it away and gave them the lead back, you can't call that a comeback. You can't call that comeback. You call that a whoops. I should have never gave you the lead back. Fuck. But I don't praise that. That's not a praise for me. That's a bad thing. That's you didn't close out a game cleanly. You didn't step on the throat. You didn't slit the throat. You didn't fucking end the pulse. You didn't take it. You didn't end it. You didn't finish. Finish him. There was no fatality. You didn't rip their spine out. You didn't squish their brain. Nothing. Nobody bled. You gotta finish it. That's the difference between good teams and great teams. And I want to see this team be a great team. I'm not one of them fucking podcasts and those webcasts that I'm going to come on here and be like, oh, he did so good this week and this guy did even better. Good job, buddy. These guys are going to do great next week too. Oh, yeah, boy. Go Raiders. That's real fucking entertaining for 60 fucking minutes. Jesus Christ, go hang myself. You gotta look at the good and you gotta look at the bad as an intelligent fan. An intelligent fan. So you can't call that a comeback. What the fuck? What? Oh. No. No. Oh no. About Derek Carr's performance this week, I saw that comment, I saw that roll by. Shit, Tony's watching. It feels good. Yeah. Ah, that's a great jam, man. I'm glad you guys are watching. Which one of the Tonys is watching? Are you guys all got the same Facebook profile? Man, that's gotta get confusing when you're texting chicks through Messenger. Just saying. Where was I? Fuck, I don't know. Man, make sure you watch tomorrow's morning show. That's all I gotta say. Make sure you watch tomorrow's morning show. I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. It's gonna be running in a loop all fucking day, so you're not gonna be able to miss it. Carr's performance this week, I thought Derek Carr's performance was solid. And you know what? Derek, I'm in a hybrid fantasy, what do we call it? A hybrid custom fantasy league. It's a hardcore challenge. The pinnacle of fantasy football competition. And Derek Carr's my keeper quarterback. So I got some faith in DC. I mean, I ain't a hater. I just want the fucking kid to do well, the guy to do well. Fuck, that's all I want to see. I just want to see him grow a little bigger cojones, have a little more fire, grab somebody by the face mask, motherfucker, yeah. Just be that guy. I wanted this to be his year, man. I want to see the story written. What would I give them? Week 1, I'd give him a B. Let's not forget, no preseason, fucked up offseason. I mean, these guys battled resiliency. I think this week tells you what this team is. Man, make sure to follow us all week. We got Big L on afternoon drives on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. We got Fantasy Island before your Thursday night game. We got shit going on every day, damn near morning and night on Raider Reaction. So right here's where you want to be. We are the side dish to your silver and black season. That's damn right. Until next week, or tomorrow morning, or whenever the hell I'm back on here. Have a kick-ass rest of your Tuesday, Raider Nation. Until next time, I'm out. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow night, goes to the post. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. That guy Prime's back. That's right, there ain't no bullshit, Benjamin. You know what's up. It's real talk, man. We speak from the heart here. Good, bad, and ugly. You gotta lay it out, man. Ain't everything all sunshine and rainbows. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. But a win is beautiful, and I'll take it any goddamn way you're gonna give it to me. Until next time, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.